In the heart of a dense forest, where ancient trees loomed tall and tangled, there lay a forgotten graveyard. It was a place of whispers and shadows, a graveyard long abandoned by the living. The tombstones stood weathered and worn, their inscriptions eroded by time, bearing witness to the countless souls laid to rest beneath the soil. But among the silent graves, a single tombstone stood out, a monument of obsidian, dark and foreboding. It belonged to a notorious sorcerer, a man known as Malachi the Cursed. Legend spoke of his insatiable thirst for power and the depths he would go to attain it. His dark arts were whispered to be the source of his eternal damnation, a curse that trapped his spirit within the confines of the graveyard. The townsfolk had long abandoned the area, fearful of the malevolent presence that emanated from Malachi's tomb. They told tales of restless nights, where anguished cries and ghostly moans echoed through the trees. Children dared not venture near, for it was said that the ghostly visage of the sorcerer could be seen lurking in the mist. But there were those who were drawn to the macabre, who sought to uncover the secrets of Malachi's curse. A group of thrill-seekers, armed with cameras and trembling hearts, ventured into the haunted graveyard one moonlit night. They had heard the stories and yearned for the thrill of encountering the supernatural. As they stepped foot within the cemetery, an eerie hush fell over the surroundings. The air grew still, and a chill crept up their spines. The tombstones seemed to watch them with a haunting gaze, as if the spirits within were aware of their presence. Undeterred, they pressed on, their footsteps muffled by the carpet of fallen leaves. Each step was taken with trepidation, for they knew not what they would awaken in their quest for the truth. They reached the center of the graveyard, where Malachi's tombstone stood, ominous and commanding. It was then that they felt a change in the air, a shift in the very fabric of reality. A dense fog enveloped the area, obscuring their vision and distorting their senses. Shadows danced among the tombstones, taking on grotesque forms that seemed to mock their presence. Whispers echoed through the fog, whispers laden with sorrow and malice. The voices seemed to come from all directions, whispering ancient incantations and dire warnings. The group huddled together, their hearts pounding, their breath shallow. And then, emerging from the mist, they saw him, the spectral form of Malachi the Cursed. He appeared as a wraith, his features twisted and contorted in eternal anguish. His eyes burned with a malevolent fire, and his voice carried the weight of centuries of torment. He beckoned them closer, his ethereal hand outstretched. Fear gripped their hearts, but curiosity pushed them forward. They dared not deny the opportunity to witness the unholy powers of the sorcerer firsthand. As they approached, the very ground beneath their feet began to tremble. The tombstones shook, their inscriptions glowing with an otherworldly light. The air crackled with dark energy, and a maelstrom of swirling shadows engulfed the group. They screamed in terror as the shadows enveloped them, their bodies racked with indescribable pain. Visions of their deepest fears and darkest memories assaulted their minds, tearing at their sanity. They begged for release, for mercy, but their pleas were drowned in the cacophony of the spectral realm. Time became distorted, and their torment seemed to stretch into eternity. They lost all sense of self, their identities consumed by the relentless onslaught of the sorcerer's curse. And then, in an instant, it stopped. The group found themselves sprawled on the ground, gasping for breath, their bodies battered and bruised. They looked around, disoriented and shaken, only to find the graveyard quiet and still. Malachi's tombstone stood before them, its surface devoid of any trace of the supernatural. As they stumbled away from the haunted graveyard, their hearts heavy with the weight of their harrowing experience, they knew they had been forever changed. The curse of Malachi had scarred their souls, leaving an indelible mark that would haunt their dreams and waking moments. Word spread of their ill-fated venture into the graveyard, and the legends of Malachi the Cursed grew stronger. The graveyard became a place forever avoided, its name whispered in fearful tones. It served as a chilling reminder of the price one pays for meddling with the forces beyond comprehension, and the eternal consequences of seeking power at any cost.